Good evening YouTube, and hello and welcome from the, oh look what just pulled up, that's the randomness of TT. Welcome to day 2 at the Ironman TT 2023, and before I go into anything, first of all, thank you so much for the almost 30,000 people who watched day 1 video. I did not expect to wake up to that number of viewers and views, so pretty amazing. So thank you for that. I'll stick with this format, random things from behind the scenes. Focus on the fans and the paddock and the riders and the bits you don't see on TT Plus. So if you want to see the racing, TT Plus is your place to go. If you want to see the random bits behind the scenes, then well, stick with me. So it's 20 minutes to the road. Well, the road's closed 7 minutes ago, so we have a few minutes until qualifying starts, and I'm just going to very randomly walk around, see what I capture. And there's a couple of other bits I'm going to feature later in the video, but let's just have a look around first. Local hero Connor going to work. So at the moment as I'm filming this, it's 20 minutes to qualifying. So the bikes have already gone for scrutineering, they're already on the start line. As you can see, Park Fermé is filling up. People wait here all the time just to watch. "15 minutes to qualify." So one thing I had to pick up was a Michael Dunlop hoodie for the missus. She wanted one, and this one's actually 10 quid cheaper than the official TT one. So if you want to support the riders, have a look at many of them have their own merch line and it goes to the rider. It's not like I don't want to support the TT and our lovely glorious government, but I'd rather give it to the riders. So I'm walking to the fan zone because I want to catch the start from there with the fans in the foreground. But I just noticed that it's not that busy. I mean, it's busy, but not like busy, which is a bit surprising. So one of the reasons the glorious government gave for the new TT schedule, the stretched out thing, is to enable more people to come, but it's not full. For day 2, it's not full. Maybe they should focus more on practice week, what we call practice week. I don't know. It's busy, but it's far from like mega busy. Let me know when you normally come here, if you come here. Do you prefer to come for practice week or race week? What's the bigger appeal, or what makes you choose when to come? So one thing I actually want to do in this video, and that's partially because of a comment, and I also had the idea already, was to check the prices up here. So to do a food and beverage price check around the grandstand. So I'm going to try and capture all the prices from all the stands. There aren't that many. And what I would love to hear from you guys is if you have gone to other events, MotoGP, Formula 1, whatever, BSB, let me know how we compare. Because I'm always interested to see, are we more expensive, are we cheaper? How do you think we fare? So here's a few of the prices from TT 2023 for your judgment. That didn't seem too expensive. Davison's Ice, let's have a look. £3 for a small whippy. Is that expensive? I don't know. You tell me. Carvery, local firm. Always have a lot. And I'll just randomly walk along this bit because they're all here. So if you want to see the prices, then we'll do it in one go. So I don't need to edit this. Burger $6.50 for a world-class event. Seems reasonable. Chips £4. Wow. pizza. Tenner for a pizza, what do we think? Yorkshire tea £2.50. Would a Yorkshireman pay £2.50 for a tea? I doubt it. So these are the main stands here. They're mostly food. Let me know what you think of the prices. I'll check on the inside now for booze prices. All right, welcome to the fan zone, which is the same layout as last year. And some more foods. Now I want to see how much a pint is. At the, it's now called McGuinness's. I think it was called Trackside last year. So he's licensed his name out. Fair on him. We all have to make a living. There's no bigger name in TT at the moment than McGuinness. Even if Hickey is hot on his heels. Would be £3, so let's check pint prices.
It's got Josh Brooks and Peter Hickman.
Yeah, well, I'm just busting in on conversations here. Peter Hickman
How much is a pint here?
Peter, first of all, how have you spent your day today?
It's not been too bad, to be fair. A few little interviews and things, but nothing too stressful.
Not too bad.
But yeah, it's been just making sure we're ready for tonight, really. Just kind of going through all the...
So that was a quick look at beer and wine prices and food prices. Let me know in the comments if you think how we compare with other events you've been. Do you think we're cheap? Do you think we're expensive? I always think it's expensive, but you know, if you live here and you see the prices go up every year, maybe that's a different reference frame. So yeah, I would really like to know, you know, how we compare. Because I'd hate for fans to be ripped off. It's expensive enough to come here, which is why I'm always a bit sensitive when it comes to charging a lot of money, which is why I'm so pissed off about the new merchandise agreement and the fact that merch prices, the official merch prices, have gone up drastically. Some stuff has actually gone up almost doubled. And there's a whole backstory to it, and I think it's a government screw-up. The government didn't renew the tender quick enough for the licensing for it. So the people who normally do it, they didn't tender, and they had to find a last-minute solution. The quality is good. I'm not knocking they're called Q Partnership, I think. I'm not knocking them at all. The quality is really good. But I think, you know, we could have had this better and cheaper, and I think it's government failure, but there you go. Enough rant, so it's 5 minutes to race time. Let's go and look at some fans enjoying the races.
Spoke to on the stock number 20, 120, 012. And that machine you just heard going there is Dean Harrison. He's away. Number 6, tap on the shoulder. Watch where he goes. Little wheelie, and it starts to just drift to the right.
Alright, I'm going to walk down towards St. Ninians again, because here it's just the fan zone. But while I walk there, let me tell you about something else I went and looked at today, and that's absolutely awesome, and that's the new TT Gallery. It's at the Manx Museum in the center of Douglas. It's free. That's not the best thing about it. The best thing is how absolutely awesome it is. Go to the Manx Museum if you're on the island. It's a must-do thing. Ask for the TT Gallery. It's in the basement, easy to find. and there you will find a brand new permanent exhibition about the history of the TT, because believe it or not, until now we haven't actually had that. So obviously the Motor Museum in Derby has a lot of bikes, but what you really want is the whole history, and the Manx Museum now has that. I'm walking past the return lane. Actually, I'm going to walk for the park, because technically what I'm using is a monopod, and that's a selfie stick, and you shouldn't be near the track. So if I tell you about the rules, I have to stick to myself, right? Anyway, TT Gallery at the Manx Museum. Free to go, absolutely awesome place. It's in the basement. Tells you the whole history of the TT. It's brand new, just opened. It has a few racing, like Mike Hale's racing bike is there, sidecars there, whole history. You can vote for your favorite rider, which of course is Joey. You can bring your own stickers, stick them on the wall, or fans. So, you know, if you're a fan and you have your own motorcycle club sticker, put it on there. All sorts of things to see and do there. It's a brilliant, brilliant new exhibition. It's much overdue, and you know, really whoever did it, I think it's Manx National Heritage, brilliant job, absolutely, totally love it. So go to the Manx Museum and look at the brand new TT gallery that is there. You will not be disappointed. I've filmed the footage you see right now earlier today, but really you need to see it in person, and the footage is more for people who can't make it here. But yeah, it's totally worth visiting. So while I'm walking to St. Ninians, you can look at the footage, and then let's see what we capture down there. These poor guys are in the car park the whole 2 weeks. I noticed it last year, and I'm sure we'll see it this year. At the beginning of TT, they're all, you know, full of energy and mostly quite pale. At the end of TT, they look like they walked through a desert, and they're exhausted because they're here 8 hours a day, directing cars around. And you know, I'm not the biggest fan of all the high-vis jacket security brigade, but these guys, last year and this year as well, they do a really good job. They're friendly, they're courteous, and it's so important when you come here that the first face you see is, you know, a friendly greeting. It's first impressions. When you hear the helicopter, it means they're near. And I'm heading back to the paddock, see what we pick up there. So there's one thing actually that happened yesterday that was a bit weird. When I came back from the mountain, you know, the mountain video thing, I could have sworn I saw Milky Quail mow the lawn at Brandage. I think it was him because it was his van. So I'm thinking maybe the rider said, hey, can you cut the grass there because we're going down, you know, with the head in the grass or something? I don't know. You tell me. Here's the clip. Already mentioned that traffic is getting bad again. I will never ever ever tire of this sound. Never. This scream, that's TT. And you can hear that over the whole city. Anyway, traffic, whole city as we speak. So because the mountain road closes, traffic turns into chaos in town all the time. So your commute in the morning takes longer because some people don't want to do the mountain road, and then in the evening you have to try and rush home before 6 p.m. because the roads close at 6, and if you live on the course, it's tough shit, you're stuck. So yeah, traffic, there's a couple of clips here of the prom this morning. There are other areas that are worse, but it's every year the same. People get used to it, people work around it. It's part of TT. Oh, you just heard that, Super Sport, super cancelled, going to the sidecars, which is, you know, it's one of those things. I didn't quite hear what happened on the course, something wrong on the course. I'm sure you know from the live stream already, way before I find out. But that's the thing with TT, you know, it's a long course, 47.75 miles. A lot can happen. So sadly, no more two-wheelers. But an early night for me, and let's try and catch the riders coming down, obviously, while we're here. So now there'll be a big procession coming down here. Of course, this being qualifying, the bikes I don't think have to stay in park for me like they do in racing. So teams, bikes, riders will all come through this gate. I'll just let the camera run for a few minutes for you to enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. You'll be in the next. See on TV, you mostly see the top 10 riders. But look how many people are involved in making this happen. Good.
Frank, how you doing? How you going, Frank?
All right. Good to see you, mate.
Hey, Frank, how you doing?
Good. Filming, well, normal practice, mate. Well, have a good night. Indian Daniel, he always comes over from Australia. It's quite a track, but you know, this place really has fans all around the world. I think that's most of them, so... Oh no, still here. Oh, we won the one at 13.
Thanks, coming.
It's a shame, that's why you come here.
Well, if that's it, they jump through straight away, man. No.
This is quite a procession, isn't it? Every session.
Certainly love that.
I think that's mostly all for now. Oh, still a few. Jeez. And that's just the solos, because the sidecars are going out. But I'll call it a day now after this. I'll cover the sidecars another day, just so I can head home and edit this and upload it tonight. Again, thank you for watching, especially the almost 30,000 people who watched the previous one. So, still a few more. I'll tell you what I do, I'll walk along here.
Great vlogs, watch them all the
Thank
time.
you.
There's a new official sponsor of this year's TT. Carol Nash Insurance, the official motor insurance partner for TT 2023. Not only one of the UK and Ireland's leading motorcycle insurance providers, but also
Rightio, that's it from me for tonight. Yeah, another random glimpse behind the scenes of TT. I hope you liked it. Thanks again for everyone who watched. And I'll see you tomorrow probably. Bye. The same going home? Nah, screw that. We're going to look at some more bikes.
You alright? Yeah, good mate. We just come down to you. Oh, have you?
Il creatore di Isola Gelato Island, scusa. Gelato Island.
Yeah, see in 5 minutes, make sure the sun on top of the thing.
Wow. Blew your soul out there.
Okay, now I'm going home. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.